You are watching a special presentation from Tinkle Group Gaming. The Jello Cup Series is back and we are racing in the Corona Clash here today at Bowman Gray Stadium. But of course, before we get things kicked off, we have a few heat races to get through to determine which of these 43 drivers, what 27 of them will be racing in just a little while here. Hello guys, I'm Brian here in the booth with you today. Proud to bring you coverage of today's race. We've got 43 cars attempting to make it. There's no top 33 that'll determine how they get in. So this is going to be chaotic. Of course, everybody wants to have positive momentum going into Daytona starting on Monday. But we begin here today at Bowman Gray Stadium. Of course, we begin with the 4 heat races, which is why we're here this afternoon. The top 5 will advance in each heat to the main event. And then we will go to the LCQs. And LCQ 1 will make up Heats 1 and 3, the DNQs from that. Heats 2 and 4, the DNQs from that one will make up LCQ number 2, where the top 3 must advance. And you may be saying to yourself, well, that's 26 positions total. Where's that 27th? Well, the 27th will be a points provisional. So a lot is at stake here as we get going for the Corona Clash. The heat races are going to begin shortly. We'll take you trackside. The starting lineup, by the way, is in the description for all the heat races. So if you want to know where everyone's starting in the heat races, look down in the description. Excuse me, and that'll tell you where everybody starts. So that way we can just get right to the racing, and let's do so right now. We'll be back with the green in just a moment. Alright, here we go. We're ready to get rolling here for the heat races in the Clash at Bowman Gray. Pace car is off. Mark DeSOTA, Charles SANDFER, they'll lead us down the front straightaway. Green flag. We're racing in the Clash heats. Charles SANDFER going to lead that opening lap, but man, they were cutting it close. Austin Shaw in the pit lane, an issue for the 48. Not the start Subaru had hoped for, but they do have a good start going with Dave James. Keep in mind, this is the battle for the pole right here in the main event. Right now, the bubble is held by Colin CROPLEY. So keep in mind, top 5 advance. The rest will go to the LCQ. And we already know of one, and that's going to be Austin Shaw. There's no wave around. And unfortunately, it looks like his day is done in this session. Only 27 will make the Clash. As we complete lap number 5 here at Bowman Gray. It is the first time the Jello Cup Series is taken on Bowman Gray Stadium. Of course, this is a grassroots track, and we're here racing a week before the 500. Everything Daytona 500 related. They're going to pack up. They're going to make their way to Florida after this. In fact, some of those guys already have their cars in Florida for the 500. And they look forward to opening practice on Monday night. SANDFER continues to lead. He's been good in these situations before in terms of racing on these really short ovals. But I look on back, we do have kind of a three-way battle for that fourth spot right now. Colin CROPLEY, of course, keep in mind, he holds that final transfer spot into the main event. That's something to keep in mind. And here comes the 27 into this battle. That is Skylar Martinez. Of course, the LCQs will be 2 hours from now. There will only be 2 of them. They will be, I believe, 25 laps. We have the battle for second between Mark DeSOTA, the rookie, and Dave James, the sophomore. Dave James is going to start losing positions here. Dave James down to 4th. But look at that, the battle for the transfer spot. Pretty Shaw Legacy Motor Club now moves into that 5th spot. And Colin CROPLEY will now be in an LCQ position. Skylar Martin's up to 6th, as now he'll chase down the 42. Charles SANDFER has led every lap. See Jana FOGLEMAN putting on the pressure for second. Another rookie trying to get her feet wet before the 500. Battle for the transfer spot once again. Skylar Martinez. Sorry, it's going to take some getting used to. Skylar Martinez. He passes the 42 of Pretty Shaw. So moves Skylar Martinez into the final transfer spot. Seven to go this time. Reminder, there is no overtime in these heat races. There's only overtime in the LCQs and in the... So only the LCQs and the main event. Oh, the caution is out. Something happened to Dave James. And that could end the race right here. So right now, the 5 that would transfer: Charles SANDFER, Jana FOGLEMAN, Dylan EBRAHIMIAN, Skylar Martinez, and Mark DeSOTA would be the 5 that advance. And we'll go see what happened to Dave James to bring out the first caution in Heat 1. Battle for 4th got a little too intense between these two, and it looks like Skylar Martinez just hooks Dave James into that inside wall. And you see there he goes right back up the track, almost into the 43 and others. Thankfully nobody else involved, but that'll bring out the first caution and probably the only caution of this event. We'll take you back to the green, or to the finish in just a moment. Here we go, white flag, 1 lap of racing to go here in heat number 1. And it would be apparent that the 5 that are in the positions they are in right now will advance into the main event. So Charles SANDFER through 3 and 4, guess what? He's going to be your pole sitter for the Corona Clash here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Charles SANDFER claims heat number 1. And for some reason it's not saying race complete, but congratulations to Charles SANDFER, as well as Jana FOGLEMAN, Dylan EBRAHIMIAN, Skylar Martinez, Mark DeSOTA. They will advance into the main event, and we'll be back for heat number 2 in just a moment. Here we go. We're getting ready for heat number 2 here from the clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Pace car is off. Chris Bracken and Michael HOAKS. They will be the front row, and they'll lead us to the green flag. We're racing at Bowman Gray once again. This clash qualifying, or this clash heat race will determine positions 2, 6, 10, 16, and 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18 for the main event. Again, top 5 advance, and you see right now it's Chris Bracken, Cam ARCHMEN, and you got the 28, Muhammad Zain Abdullah, the 38 of Faith Cole, and the 47, sorry, I'm getting used to names, Kevin Howard. Bracken's gotten out to a decent lead right about now. That 54 trying to keep it close. Again, they don't need to battle unless they want to battle for that first row. Whoa, something happened to the 28. Oh, stack up. Is this going to cause a caution? Yes, it will in the 38. No, 28 will take the race lead, so I'm not exactly sure what caused that stack up, but we'll find out in a moment. Let's go see what happened. Here is the exact moment of caution. You see, really, it might have been the 45 of Chris Bracken just being sideways here that brought it out. But otherwise, I don't see anything across the track that could have possibly started a caution, you know, other than everybody checking up and 45 sideways. We'll take you back to the green in just a moment. Here we go. I believe we're getting ready to go racing once again here. It'll be Muhammad Zain Abdullah, Faith Cole, Cam ARCHMEN, Chris Bracken, and Kevin Howard. Your top 5. Those are also the transfer spots as we're back underway. Here comes the 54. Looking for that second spot. Looks like he'll get it this time. Kevin Howard, still the final transfer. Again, top 5 advance. The rest will go to the LCQ as we stopped again. And this could bring out another caution, and it will. Faith Cole is the leader. These guys brake checked once again to bring out our second caution of the day. No need for a replay. We'll be back with the green in just a moment. Oh, hang on. An issue. A lot of issues today so far in this second heat. We'll be back in a moment with the green flag. Here we go, about to go racing. 38's going to peel off. The lead is once again in the hands of Muhammad Zain Abdullah. You see they're checking up again. If another caution comes out, it could end the race as we're back underway. Tough break for the 38 Faith Cole. She will have to race her way in the LCQ. Six to go. Mohammed Zain Abdullah, the leader. Roberto Crown, the final transfer position. Five to go. Mohammed Zain Abdullah, of course, replacing Alexander Rowe in that 28, the Season 5 champ. Honda only recorded one victory last season with Alexander Rowe, and that was at, I believe, Road America or the Charlotte Roval. And they are looking for their first win, even though it's an exhibition event, a qualifying race. They're looking for their first win of season number 9 after a dismal start to their Jello Cup Series foray. Chris Bracken holding the transfer spot, but Aaron Jeter is looking for it. These guys getting squirrely again. White flag. Aaron Jeter into the transfer spot. But up front, Mohammed Zain Abdullah is going to advance into the main event. So it'll be Mohammed Zain Abdullah, Kevin Howard, Michael HOAKS, Roberto Crown Jr., and Aaron Jeter. That'll advance into the main event. We'll be back with heat number 3 in just a moment. Here we go. Time to get heat number 3 underway here from Bowman Gray Stadium. Dylan Young will lead us to the green. We're underway. Dylan Young, new team, looking to put him in to the Clash main event. Right behind him is that number 78. That is Jackie Smith, the rookie. Parker Jones back here in that new third Andretti Autosport ride. Daniel Voiles is also in at the moment in the number 4. That's going to take some getting used to, as that's been Fitzwater's ride for a few years. And then Annie Thomas, the current transfer spot holder, she is trying to hold off the 22 of Mitchell Collins. We only have one more heat race, and then a reminder, at 6 o'clock Eastern, we will have the LCQs. Again, top 5 advance here. The rest will go into the LCQs. The guys who finish 6th and below in this one will start in LCQ 1, while Heat 4, those participants will be in Heat number, or in LCQ number 2, with the guys from LCQ 2, or Heat 2 rather. Voiles is up to 3rd. Annie Thomas is back there. And they'll both get by Parker Jones. So move Mitchell Collins into that transfer spot. Dylan Young continues to lead. Jackie Smith, though, putting on the pressure. And here comes Voiles. Daniel Voiles is going to move the 78 up just a little, but not going to get there. Here he goes. For second. And Daniel Voiles is going to get it. Now his teammate, Annie Thomas, is going to look to follow. Here we go. We're going to have ourselves a battle for the lead here in a moment. Transfer spot is currently held once again by that 22. The final one is held by the 22 of Mitchell Collins, and Jackie Smith is now on the bubble. Nick Voiles is back there looking to get by. Dan Hummel also back there looking to pounce. And a reminder, LCQs will be at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. And then later tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we will have the main event, the 50-lap event here from Bowman Gray Stadium. And then, of course, Monday we'll kick off Speed Weeks in Daytona. So a lot of these guys are going to be packing up and headed right to Daytona International to hopefully either make the Daytona 500 or win it, and win it. Some of these guys hoping to just make it. Of course, we were hoping to do single car qualifying for the 500. We are not going to be able to. So, unfortunate. Five laps to go here. Oh man, Daniel Voiles has slipped out of the top five. Nick Voiles is now in. See, there's a 7, the 34 having a battle for 6th. The position that matters is the position that Nick Voiles currently holds in that number 41. Oh, he might have a chance here to get out of the danger zone. He's looking inside of the 10. Keeps his nose in there. Man, now the 34 with the chance to follow. But up front, it's a battle for the lead between Mitchell Collins and Dylan Young. As we're going to come to the white flag this time. 1 lap to go in heat number 3. Dylan Young. Man, you see the battle there. Alex Underwood's about to get in. But out of turn number 4, Dylan Young is going to win heat number 3. And he will start 3rd in the clash later tonight. Dylan Young, Jackie Smith, Mitchell Collins, Nick Voiles, and Alex Underwood. Those 5 will advance to the main event. We'll be back with heat number 4, the final one, in just a moment. As you take a look at the result here, Dan Hummel finishes in 11th, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we go. They're rolling here for heat number 4. The final heat here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Trevor Collins, Scott Upton, that'll be your front row. Final 5 to lock in the heats will be right now as the green flag flies. We're back underway at Bowman Gray. A reminder, the heats, or the LCQs, Once again, we'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. And then, of course, the main event will be at 8:30 tonight. But again, we have some unfinished business here. The final 10 cars racing in the last heat. Right now, the transfer spot is held by the 26 of Chad Benford, and now it is the 14 of Brittany White, the second-year driver, coming over from Andretti Autosport. Right behind her is that number 6 of Bradley Ream, another second-season driver. Up ahead, I gotta point this out because this is going to take some getting used to this season. That is Zach Fitzwater in the number 16. And again, there is no past champions provisional to go back on. But man, if he doesn't race his way in, again, it goes in on driver points. So everyone is hoping he can race his way in today, so we don't have to fall back on driver points for the final spot in the Clash. And he moves up to third, getting around that 17 of Kyler Anderson. Scott Upton is up to second, so 2 champs behind Trevor Collins right now. And they're battling for the second spot. And Fitzwater will get it. Now he will try to hunt down the 21 of Trevor Collins. And again, this is the battle to start 4th. Because if you win this heat, you will start 4th in the main event. Of course, where Fitzwater is, he would start 8th. Then you got 12th, 16th, and 20th. That 3rd, 4th, and 5th will start 12th, 16th, and 20th in the main event. That's how I meant to word it. But here we go. Now you see the battle for second heating up once again. Excuse me. See that 6 moving up, and now the 1 is up to 5th. That is Nathan Ormond, the rookie, who qualified dead last of everybody, and he is making up for it in a big way here. Ten to go, this time at the line. Nathan Ormond holds the final transfer position. And we got a battle for second. Fitzwater, Scott Upton. Now the 6. Bradley Ream, he gets underneath the 16. Oh man, and it's not looking good if you're Zach Fitzwater right now. That's for the transfer spot. The 1 will move up to 4th, and Fitzwater is now on the bubble after a strong start. Here comes the 17, Kyler Anderson. He won't get by this time. So it appears for now that Zach Fitzwater is safe. We got 6 to go this time. Trevor Collins has led the entire way. And he's got a little bit of a gap on that number 6 there, Bradley REIM. But man, Bradley REIM is showing a lot of promise in this heat. Of course, last season he did not do too hot. He did win a race, but he barely, he did win a race, but he was barely in contention the rest of the season, driving that 27 last year for Team Hezeberg. Of course, gets the call up to RFK Racing, and now trying to make the most of it, but Scott Upton is going to take second away from him. This is exactly what those guys in 4th and 5th want to see. Two laps of racing to go in the final heat of the day. Oh, Zach FITZWATER just got passed. Kyler Anderson is now the bubble as we come to the white flag for heat number 4. Kyler Anderson, it looks like we'll get in, is out of 4. Trevor Collins is going to win heat number 4. Both RFK cars will get in, and Nathan Ormond as well for Team Trackhouse. Good run for that number 1. He'll be racing later tonight. The rest of these guys are going to get re-racked. But that is it for the heats. We want to thank you for watching. We'll be back in just an hour or two with the LCQs, but until then, goodbye everyone.